All right, we're going to go on record first in 24 CR 07799. You were charged with the crime of domestic battery, a first offense. I'm looking at that criminal complaint now. It alleges that this occurred on June 19th of this year in the area of 3455 Sky Vista Parkway, number 15H. Do you understand that charge?
I'm a little confused about it because the victim has.
Don't talk about the case, please. I don't want to know about the
No,
facts.
no.
And you might dispute the charge. That's why we have
But I'm
trials.
I'm confused on what. There's no evidence that there is no evidence. Like, is there a statement? Is there anything in writing that
Sir,
said?
sir, this is not the time to challenge your case. So don't go down that road. You and your attorney had discussions. She's advising you to enter a not guilty plea. That's why we have trials, is to discuss the facts of the case and figure out the truth of the matter. This is not that time. All I'm asking is that if you understand the nature of the charge against you.
Yeah. Yes, I
Right.
do.
How do you wish to plead to that charge, sir?
Not guilty.
Accept your plea of not guilty.
Amen.
Now, your application for a legal defender indicates that you wish to retain your own private attorney. Is that still your desire, or do you wish me to consider appointing you counsel?
Yeah, I think I'll figure out my own attorney.
Okay, let's go ahead and set this for a pretrial conference, and then we'll go over your custody status.
That'll be August 1st at 1 p.m.
August 1st at 1 o'clock in the afternoon is your pretrial setting. Now, you're going to give that date to your attorney so that your attorney can make that date. Before I leave this matter, let's go ahead and take you through your other case.
It was no insurance.
You got it.
I just didn't have it on me. I do have insurance though.
Well, that's why you're setting a not guilty plea, apparently, according to your attorney. So I still have to take you through your case, sir. We're going to be on record then in 24 TR 07070. You were charged with the crime of not being able to provide proof of insurance when asked by the police officer. This was alleged to have occurred on May 30th of this year in the area of Sky Vista Parkway and Retreat Avenue. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to the charge?
Not guilty.
I accept your plea of not guilty. Let's set these matters. Let's go ahead and set that. Can we set that insurance charge at the same setting, Ms. White?
Yes.
Great. That's what we're going to do. We're going to set this insurance charge for that 8/1 date as well. And now we're going to go to custody status. Ms. Drake.
Judge, I recognize that his score came back low at a 2. Although I would still like to see monetary bail in this case. He had a domestic arrest in March of this year regarding the same victim. Same kind of circumstances where he's ransacking the house and kind of like having a breakdown of some sort. I think there's a safety concern here for the victim. So I'm going to ask for $3,000 bondable plus a no contact order with the victim.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Hubach.
Your Honor, given the low score and lack of criminal history, I'd ask for an OR release with conditions of no contact with the victim. In this case, that he be on enhanced supervision, no drugs or alcohol without a prescription.
All right. Thank you, sir. Is there anything you wish to say with regard to how I release you? You're not required to say anything at this point, but you're welcome to. And if you do choose to speak, don't speak about the facts of the case, please.
Okay, definitely. So beside the case, the victim my wife has reached out to me on her own record and told me that we've been through this before. The last time this happened, she had to go. She never asked for a restraining order. She, in fact, last time had to go before a judge to get it released because she does not feel safe at the apartment without me, which she has also told the police. She was also, again, she contacted me on her own record, on her own will while I was in custody and told me that she was reached out, a victim advocate or whatever had reached out to her and asked her if she wanted one again. And she again said no. This is extremely burdening on our family because I have a child that I need to go attend to, and I have a wife that I need to go provide help to. And she, again, I wish you to look at the facts that somebody has already reached out to her and asked her if she wanted a restraining order, and she said no.
All right. Thank you. Are you working?
I have a commission job where it's in sales. So when I make a sale, I make money. However, I have not made a sale yet. I am looking for a part-time job to supplement this while I am kind of in between jobs right now. So I do have a job, but I have not received payment yet.
Does she work?
She's a stay-at-home mom, sir. And unfortunately, if this restraining order goes through again, she will have to find daycare and figure out a job. because I will no longer be able to provide for her. So this is, again, a huge burden on our family at the moment.
Okay, here's what we do, Mr. Sherman. I'm concerned with regard to the repeated acts. We have one in 2023. I'm looking at an arrest on 3/4/2020.
It was dismissed without prejudice.
Look, I can take arrests into consideration when I'm assigning bail. There's an increased risk because this continues to happen. This is the second time within a few months that this has happened. That's concerning this court. In this court, in this case, the allegations are aggravated. The allegation is that you punched her in the nose, that caused bleeding. That's a concern to this court with regard to her ongoing safety. Whether it's intentional or not, it's a concern to this court that you're unable to contain yourself. So I am going to assign bail. The bail is going to be $3,000. It will be bondable. I find that the city has met their burden under Valdez Jimenez, showing by clear and convincing evidence the need for bail, and that's based on the prior arrest for this same kind of behavior. And with regard to this particular case, increasing the substantial likelihood of harm to the alleged victim. You will obey all laws and you will consume no alcohol or drugs without a prescription. I am issuing a pretrial no contact order. If she wants that lifted, she can ask the court to have that lifted. And then the judge will decide whether that's lifted or not. No supervision on that no alcohol or drugs clause. That's going to be basic. That'll be the order. Thank you. We're going to be on record in case number 24CR07612. You were charged with the crime of resisting a public officer. This was alleged to have occurred on June 14th of this year in the area of 695 North Wells. Do you understand that charge?
Was on that
Yes
was
or no, ma'am, do you understand the charge?
mhm.
You need to say yes or no whether you understand the charge. I'm not asking you if you agree with it or disagree with it. Simply, do you understand the charge?
Yeah.
Yes? You have to answer out loud. This is being recorded.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, I want you to know that while you were originally arrested associated with the charge of domestic battery, the city attorney's office decided to not issue a charge on that, any charges related to that domestic battery event. So the only charge you're facing is that of the obstructing and resisting charge. Do you understand that?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to that obstructing and resisting charge, Ms. Porter?
Relatively not guilty.
Not guilty. I'll accept your not guilty plea. Let's go ahead and set this for trial. I am going to appoint in this case. Let's go ahead and get you a trial date and then we'll go over your custody status.
I have July 25th at 1 p.m.
Thank you. July 25th, 1 o'clock in the afternoon is your trial date, and that's going to be at the Reno Municipal Court. And now we're going to go to custody status. Ms. Aboitis-Tanner.
Thank you, Your Honor. On the Nevada pretrial risk assessment, the defendant scores a 5. The assessment report indicates that she's been living in Reno for 14 years, no fixed address for the past 3, unemployed, supported solely by government assistance. With regards to her criminal history, I show that her last offense is from 2013, and that was a resisting a public officer. 2010 trespassing, and that's all we have on the criminal history. As far as the allegations in the case, this is a failure to comply with officers' instructions when they were investigating the domestic battery multiple times. So not compliant that the officers had to place Ms. Porter in a wrap. So based on all of that, Your Honor, I'm going to ask that you impose bail in the amount of $500 and that you make that bondable.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Aboitis-Tanner. Ms. Burning, please.
Your Honor, I would be asking for a release on her own recognizance. My client, if I do the math, it's 11 years ago where we've had any charges at all. Also on the MPRA, it shows that she has had no prior failures to appear. So that's a really good record. She understands that if she doesn't come to court, she can get arrested on a warrant. I would be asking for her release on her own recognizance.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Burning. Ms. Porter, anything you wish to say with regard to how I release you? You're not required to say anything. And if you do say anything, don't talk about the facts of the case, please. All right. I'm not sure what's happening. Ms. Porter, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. How can we make sure you make your court appearances?
Is it the building on the east or is it the building on the west side of the street downtown?
It's on the west side of the street, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Let me ask you this. We need to be able to contact you. So where are you going to be staying so that we can contact you? If you're unhoused,
Well,
that makes it difficult for the court to monitor
I
you.
was contemplating about going over to our place, homeless shelter.
All right. Have you been there before?
Yes, it's been a couple of years.
That's okay.
At least over a year.
When you're out of custody, do you have a phone?
Unfortunately not, but maybe they can end up assisting me in obtaining, like gaining one.
Okay.
Because
Your
my
Honor, also
my life's
depending,
been destroyed by street thugs.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
My entire life's been destroyed by street thugs, being at constant danger and constant risk and constant scare for my life.
Because of street bikes?
Thugs.
Oh, I see. I see. Ms. Burning, I'm sorry, did you want to say anything?
yes, depending, no matter what the outcome is of this case, I would just ask the court to note that my client would be interested in community court or to coming to community court on Wednesday in order to get some help.
All right, thank you. You know, this court has concerns with regard to Miss Porter being able to make her court appearances. We have no way of really contacting her when she's out of custody. We have no way of her keeping in contact with the court. And I'm concerned that we're going to have Miss Porter not be able to make her court appearances, thereby leaving the city without a case. So I'm going to impose bail of $250. It's going to be bondable. The conditions of your release are as follows. You will obey all laws, consume no alcohol or drugs without a prescription. That's it. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you.